Walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Diamond Duos podcast. My name is ThatGamingDad25. As always, this is my co-host Josh 2K.
It's good, everybody.
And today we got another special guest. Someone that's been in the staple in the 2K community probably for longer than some of you guys even played my team. That's how far back he goes. He was the inspiration, actually, in the indirect way for me and Josh's My Team Wars series. So if you like that series, you can thank him for that. And that's going to be DBG. Say what's up to everybody, man.
How are you, lads? DBG on show. I'm looking forward to being on the podcast. Haven't been on one of these podcasts since I showed up to Jazz's win a chicken suit at the end of last year.
Didn't you have the money suit on too at one point?
Yeah, I have the money suit. There's like a coat rack full of costumes and Leeds jerseys. So yeah.
It's time to pull that out of retirement when the R team comes back.
You never know. I've already done the money suit.
All right,
He's gonna get something new. He'll get something new.
So those who are familiar with the pod, we always start off with this or that. And we're gonna build a lineup from players from either this year or last year. Josh picked the subject this week. It's gonna be budget players. So go ahead and lead us off, Josh.
All right. So first, you got 2K23 Diamond Bob Sura or 2K24's Ruby Cason Wallace.
So yeah, right after those stellar packs was a 250k qualifier, and I ran Bob Sura and ended up I ran Bob Sura and was like top 15 through like 2.5 hours with a budget squad for that. So as much as I love Cason Wallace, Bob Sura, Diamond Bob Sura.
Okay.
All right, so at your shooting guard, we got 2K23 Diamond Luol Deng or 2K24 Ruby Caleb Houston.
Neither Ruby Julian Straughter would be my answer, but Luol Deng Diamond was like 100k when he came out. He was not a budget option. At the time he was a budget option, he wasn't very good. So Caleb Houston without question by default.
All right. Then small forward, we have Amethyst Cam Reddish or Ruby Brandon Miller.
Amethyst Cam Reddish.
I think he was
23. What was? Oh yes. He was actually pretty good. Or Ruby Brandon Miller. I think Brandon Miller was way better on offense. Cam Reddish way better on defense. Yeah, Ruby Brandon Miller.
All right, so at power forward, it wouldn't be a this or that if I didn't have a little bit of a troll in here. Power forward, we got Amy, Terry Mills, or Diamond Paolo.
So you picked my mortal enemy and a player that I hated. Like, Terry Mills was a guy that when he first came out, because his release seemed to be good, Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry upper, I hated that card with a passion. Oh.
That's funny you say that. I got these off of one of your videos. It was best value cards for their prices. And that was your go-to power forward in that video.
Oh, like I liked him when he first came out. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, he had good enough dribbling. He had Kobe, Steph Curry, and he just kept selling me in games. You know those cards in 2K that are good and just sell you? That was him for me. But screw you, Paolo Banchero, Terry Mills.
All right, now center, we're going Diamond Serge Ibaka or Amy DeAndre Ayton.
Look, Serge Ibaka was good. Don't get me wrong. Flight School Serge, not that high on him. Give me Ayton without question.
Now,
go ahead, Josh.
I do have a question for you. Now, do you think there are more or less good budget cards this year versus last year?
So much more.
You think there's a lot more?
Way more.
Not including the free grindable cards.
Way more.
Okay.
Like last year, we had, as far as iconic budget cards go, we had one, Wesley Person. This year, I can name 3 rubies off the top of my head without even thinking.
Right.
There's 30, 40 budget cards that are going to be usable already this year.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, especially my favorite this year is the Ruby Brandon Miller. He hasn't left my lineup. He plays amazing. He shoots well. He finishes well. He's fast. He's tall. There's really nothing to hate about that card.
No, other than no clamps, but like that's it.
Josh knows I don't use clamps anyway, so it don't really matter. But
no, it's a skating rink when he's out there.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing is still a hot topic. even from last week, is still a hot topic. They did announce that the Inferno pack system is going to be making a return. Was the grind? I know not to troll with this with the Paolo. Do you think that was something that was good for the community that should be coming back, or something that they should leave alone?
Yeah, I think it should come back. The only thing I didn't like about it was that the grind was tedious enough that it incentivized more and more people to open packs than ever before. And the one thing I actually stand for is not gambling, but I would have no issue if the grind I like the grindable part. I would rather have it be grindable player market and packs. That's my ideal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone saw it themselves. So many more people opened packs than opened than they would say this week.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they had the duos, nobody opened dynamic duo packs, but everyone opened Inferno packs because they needed to open Inferno packs because the grind was so long. And people trying to get a shortcut ended up gambling rather than just paying for it. And that's one of the things I just don't like is the gambling aspect, especially because it's a game that kids can't play. But at the end of the day, for the game, it's good at it being grindable. So yeah, I would welcome something coming back. I just wish it was in the player market. Cards were in the player market as well and not just in packs.
All right, Josh, I'm gonna let you touch on it because I like to ramble sometimes, so I'm gonna let you go first.
I think it was a big W. I liked it. I wish they wouldn't have done like game mode exclusive things. I wish they would have just had offline challenges and online challenges. It's not that big of a deal at the end of the day, but having to play specific game modes like salary cap. I know a lot of people don't like salary cap. I'm gonna get 150 assists in there. That might have been tedious. It wasn't a problem for me. I actually got Tracy McGrady, and I would have never have gotten him had he not been agenda based. So I think it was huge, and I hope they bring it back. I know they say they were going to bring it back, but they also said they were bringing the 2-week grinds back. We haven't seen that yet. So I'm hoping that they stay true to their word on this.
All right, so I got one positive and one negative from it. Last week before it dropped, I did say I liked that it was going to be a hard grind because you don't have to get everybody, right? I thought T-Mac was going to be a set. So I thought if you got, AK and you got Steph and you got all the Ammies, you were going to have a cheaper way to get T-Mac. You just got to buy the diamonds. But it wasn't that way. It was agenda based and T-Mac was just in the packs, not a set collection. I didn't like that because then it made it you either had to do the entire grind or you didn't get T-Mac. That was kind of trash for me. But my positive is that you got the 2 great pink diamonds that are relatively easy to grind if you know how to look up YouTube videos. And then a lot of people pull T-Mac. A ton of people pull T-Mac. Like you said, more people were pulling packs, but I pulled mine in the free pack. And I see a lot of people pulling it from the free packs. I did my exchange I exchanged a diamond and got a free pack and got T-Mac. So, plus or minus there, but I don't hate the concept. I like it a little bit. But how often do you guys wish or hope that 2K will actually do something like this?
I feel like every 2 weeks or something, 2-3 weeks. I think every week would be too much to do. Like, I play this game every single day. So I would say I played more than a very large group of people, and I barely got it done. So if they did this every week, yes, there's always something to do, but I feel like it's going to burn people out so fast. And I think giving a week in between gives people a chance to almost like a mental reset, because it was a very long grind. And if you weren't boosting with somebody, I know a lot of people were boosting with people. If you weren't boosting with somebody, you were trying to do it like the organic way. It was a pain in the ass, especially 150 steals online. If somebody's not just giving you steals and say you're not a comp player, you're just a casual, good luck.
Yeah, I was like, the one thing that kind of annoyed me about the community's reaction to how long the grind was is that everyone was like, oh, it's only about 12 or 13 hours. And I'm like, yeah, it's about 12 hours if you know to quit out of all your clutch time offline games before it hits pro difficulty, if you have someone boosting with you, and if you figure out that you can combo up triple doubles. But it's like, unless you're someone in the community, you're not going to know those 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, if you're in the know, if you know better, it's not that long. But for most people, it was at least 30, 40 hours worth of playing.
And
Because
that's
like
why
the steals itself, like if
yeah,
you
I
boosted
didn't mean
it.
to cut you off, my bad.
Oh, sorry. No worries. No worries. No worries. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's why I wish it was like a collection for T-Mac as opposed to agendas. Because then worst case, you got the Amis for free. And if you were gonna get T-Mac, it was just a little cheaper.
Yeah.
I agree, but that makes them less money.
Yep.
Like imagine, let's just say hypothetically, like my Paolo thing, I don't really care that much about Paolo because I wasn't going for it. And then my opponents, I faced 2 opponents in a row that were trying to boost. But like, imagine just hypothetically, you get Steph Curry, you get AK. You do the agendas for Paolo, and you just don't play salary cap. You then open some packs. You get a couple of the diamonds, you get some of the amethysts, and then you've got you just have say Jamal Murray left because you didn't want to play salary cap for T-Mac. You got to buy the whole damn set to get it to get T-Mac then, and making them more money. And that's like, look, I'm saying that not knowing necessarily what way they're doing it. For all we know, the set could change. Mm-hmm. Like we could log in, the Inferno set could have T-Mac in a different thing and as a lock-in.
And that'd be dope.
I thought they were making him, or I thought they were making Inferno available this week. I guess it's next week maybe in the player market. Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we could just be chatting right now. Like we could be completely wrong on this.
And then I would give them props for that, honestly. Yeah. I think realistically, it'd be best for them to do this first week of every season. People want it every other week. People want it twice a season. I think just kicking off the season with this kind of grind is enough to get momentum going into the season. I don't know if I have it in me to do this kind of grind more than once a season, to be honest. But you know, beginning of the season is when I'm going to be really into it the most, playing the game the most. I think if people are asking for anything more than once a season, I don't think that's going to happen at all.
You're saying that and you're like, the grind isn't in me to do it more than once a season. If the cards were in the player market, it would literally just be an opportunity to get free. So that takes it away, having the ability to buy the ones you want. Because if it's in the player market, then it's the exact same as every other set we've had, except now you can get every single card free instead of an equal chance pack.
Yeah, because I would have been 100% happy just getting AK and Steph, to be honest. Like, Paolo plays my backup for, but even just those 2 cards, if I would have just grinded them, I would have been completely happy. And that's what I like about it too. There's some very playable cards in that set, even if you don't go for T-Mac.
Yeah, I wish they'd done something like that with the Dynamic Duo set, because there's a few of those diamonds, like, look, I'm all money spent, but like, I still hate paying for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if I had been able to get like a T-Mac or a Duncan for free, like some of those diamonds are 157k in that set.
Yeah, I don't like that they're doing diamonds for different prices, but they're the same overall. It's, you know, it makes sense because that's how it'd be if there was an auction house, but they determine everything as far as the price. And it's just like, they might not even necessarily be the best player at that tier. They just randomly decide.
Yeah.
It just seems weird to me.
Dante DiVincenzo, 84k. Trying to think what scrubs do they make more expensive than him?
Look, I have it up.
He's the same price as Bojan Bogdanovic and less than Keegan Murray, despite being arguably the best point guard in the game.
It's the same price as that Bojan, and I don't think anybody's using Bogdanovic.
Except in co-op when it's a computer player. All right, so the newest leak we got is what is it called? The Power Within. The Power Within, Pink Diamond DeMar. Me and Josh kind of talked about it a little bit already. We have differing opinions, so you're going to kind of be the tiebreaker here. DBG, what are we thinking about this Pink Diamond DeMar that might possibly be coming out?
I mean, it's not might possibly, it is coming out. Like, but I mean, I like his release. I think his dribbling's okay. I think he's got pro dribble style. He's probably gonna get like an 85 3 ball. Probably gonna play power forward.
You think so? I don't know.
You think he's gonna be small forward, power forward?
I think we're going back to 2K22 with that one, with DeMar DeRozan.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Oh, I really hope not too, but I think they will.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm curious to see what the cards along the way look like.
Yeah, because before it was all the way up to Ami to get a pink diamond. Are we gonna
Or
do
to a
an
diamond,
extra
yeah.
tier to diamond, or are we gonna just skip the sapphires?
We haven't seen a sapphire in like 6 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
The last time sapphire, a couple of Christmas sapphires maybe we got for free. I think when was the last time we saw a sapphire?
I think it was tis the season, maybe.
18th of December was the last time we saw a sapphire. So they're definitely skipping the sapphires.
Now, do you think the card's going to be actually any good? I just feel like DeMar DeRozan, as a player in real life, he's a great player, but he's a boring player. And the fact that it's going to be free, and the fact that it's going to be a free card, I'm just afraid they're going to really water down what he can do. Because his Toronto days, he was a high flyer. He finished at the rim extremely well. He could shoot the ball decently. I feel like now with the Bulls, he's considered like a mid-range assassin. I hope they don't water the card down too much, if that makes sense.
I mean, he's gonna have a 90 dunk, 90 speed, 85 three ball at least, and decent defense.
I think he's gonna be good. I really do. Not like game-breaking good. I think he'll play.
I think he's gonna be one of the 75 cards that are the same level.
Yeah, pretty much. The only positive, if they do make a small forward, power forward, is we have so many shooting guards. So many shooting guards. Nobody's going to use them at small forward or power forward, but we have way too many shooting guards. I wish they would have done a point guard or a center here.
There could be a diamond point guard on the way.
Could be. I was seeing, I think it was Jazz posted about it earlier, where we don't have an elite two-way point guard. Everybody's basically a specialist. And how far do you guys think we are from getting a point guard that's good, really elite two-way, like game-breaking point guard? I don't know. I feel like it would have happened by now.
I feel
Everybody
like
they
so
dropped a shooting
far,
guard.
I feel like so far 2K's done a relatively good job of not dropping too many players that are obscenely better than other players. We were expecting it to be Wemby. We got a lot of centers that compete with Wemby. Kobe, as amazing as Kobe is, I'm not saying there's a shooting guard that competes with Kobe, but the gap isn't as big as some people would think. So I think they're dropping a lot of specialist cards to where there's not necessarily anybody that's amazing at everything. So, but the point guard should be coming soon with MJ and Scotty. They're over the top good. Kobe's really, really good. So it should be coming soon, I feel like.
Until they change animations, that card is not coming. Because they've given so few cards in this game good dribble styles.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the cards with good dribble styles don't have a good release. There is no, until out of position comes out, and even Ben Simmons isn't going to be that good this year.
Yeah, because mashing's not the same.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of a broken point guard they could bring out. Point guard LeBron, maybe, but that's not coming anytime soon.
Yeah. Or wasn't the last Luka was a point guard? No, he's like 6'8", and if they give him a really good defense, but his SIGs are trash.
Yeah, Luka already has the best defense. He's the best defensive point guard in the game.
Yeah, he was the New Year's resolution Evo. I think a James Harden, if they gave him defense, could be something, but
he doesn't have the player built to play defense.
True.
It's like Steph Curry. You give Steph Curry every 99 defensive stat, he's not going to play defense. You give Kobe every 99 defensive stat, he's probably not going to be a lockdown defender, just the way the player build is. It's why Jordan's so good. It's like throughout the years, there are guys that just do not play defense. We learned in 2K20, just with the way some players' defensive animations are. Like Kawhi, with 85 in all his defensive stats, will outplay most people with 99 all defense stats just because he's Kawhi.
Yeah, like Joe Dumars is one of those cards that just gets glitchy animations, and his Amethyst card was amazing. I haven't tried his Diamond, but he's one of those cards, you're going to put him out there, he's going to make moves.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. That's the thing with defense, is that stats do matter. Obviously a card with no defensive badges and 70 overall defensive stats animations are irrelevant, but there's a certain threshold where a card's gonna be a good defender or not gonna be a good defender. Like Joe Dumars and Steph Curry are the same height. If you gave Steph Curry identical defense to Joe Dumars, he would still suck on defense just because of his player build and animations.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so moving into season 4 so far, I have one big gripe with season 4 so far, and I'm like the only person I've seen talking about this. The Pro Pass is 10 times better than the regular season pass, which I feel like this is the first season it's been that way. 3, 2, and 1, I didn't feel the need to buy it at all. You know, you got the Ruby Giannis, you got the Donovan Mitchell, good cards. You start off with Pink Diamond Carmelo. You get you get like 2 diamond wheel spins along the way. You get like 2 diamond choice packs. I feel like this is the first season that made it like to where you don't have to buy it, but it's way more tempting to those of us that don't. Do you guys feel that way, or is that just me?
I try to not look at it so I don't feel that way, since I'm doing a no money spend account. But I do see what you're saying. But I was big on it in the very beginning. They have to make it to where you want to buy it, because it's going to be the same level 40, except they get every single badge. That's not enough for people. I mean, for some people it might be enough, but they have to make it rewarding for the people who want to spend the money. And if you look at the team of the weeks, the players that you buy or get with the Pro Pass are always in the team of the week. So the Pro Pass is clearly selling. So I feel like they're making it better because they know that people are gonna buy it if it's good enough. So I can't knock them for it. Yeah, it sucks if you're no money spent, but we're not who they're catering to.
It also, in my opinion, doesn't really suck if you're no money spent, because you can say that, but you're just getting cards from the previous season that you could have already bought, or you could have gotten with your MT.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Tis the Season cards without the lock-ins, how many of them today are worth picking up for their price? David Robinson, maybe, and he was 90k.
And to be fair too, those cards are also in the game modes, some of them also.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I kind of jumped the gun on that one. I was just standing on my soapbox for no reason, just talking just to talk.
Everybody has those moments, but it's okay.
All right, but
like,
so
I honestly just look at it like they're giving people more bang for their buck. Like, if, for example, like, as good as Carmelo Anthony is, he's just that good.
Yeah.
You can get cards for 50k to do an equivalent, but or at least almost an equivalent. The only thing I would hate is if, say, instead of giving us cards from season 3, there was like
new cards,
five new mellows. Then I would look at it a bit differently.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be an incredible bang for your buck.
So now that we got the second mode reward out with the Rajon Rondo, we had Thurl Bailey Unlimited Rondo for the triple threat offline. Do you guys still like this? What's the word for it? The way they're organizing this is better than it was last season for sure.
I
like it also, but I just feel like the whole grind in general isn't too hard. The only thing I would say is they probably should have did all the online ones first. So
give them more.
So you have more time to do it.
You have 6 weeks. They don't reset at the end of the season.
Oh no,
they don't?
No, it's 6 weeks no matter what.
Oh,
I thought it was as the time goes on.
No,
okay.
so it's literally now a case of, instead of us getting all the mode rewards at the start of a new season, we get one new mode reward a week, and then when the new season comes out, we're gonna get the new Michael Red, which is for any of the modes.
Okay, that's way better than I thought. By the time we got to week 5, you had a week to do that grind.
No, you have 6 weeks no matter what.
That changes how I look at it completely.
Yeah, honestly, completely. Because I was like, why are they doing triple threat offline as the second one, which is gonna be the easiest to do?
You're not a fan of Rajon Rondo with that 98 pass accuracy.
Hey, pass accuracy. You could joke all you want. It actually means something this year, sadly.
All right, whose side are you on, Josh?
Hey, look, all I'm saying, I'm not saying Rondo's a good card, but in the rec scene, 98 pass act.
I say I need to get it out of my head, like these players in real life.
What do you mean the rec scene? I'm talking about the TT offline scene.
Oh, well, yeah.
That 98 pass accuracy, like, it's 3 higher than Trae Young's from last year.
So this card's going into your S tier of point guards, right? Next tier list.
Oh, you know it. Like pass accuracy, like we gotta look what matters. There's like SIGs, height, they all do matter, but pass accuracy is the sign of a good or a bad card.
I'm sold. I'm about to go play 100 games today.
Go do it.
You start right now. What's stopping you?
You become a 10th. You go a 10th of the way to getting Larry Bird.
Yeah. Isn't it? I think it's an 8th actually now.
An
Oh
eighth,
yeah, it's only
yes.
800
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So
Some people
They
some
did
people
us a
got it
favor.
lowered. They just want to run from the grind.
I like it.
not
DFS
me.
said.
I want to play the
DFS
1000.
said, "What would he say? Haven't touched grass. Haven't had talked to a girl in over a year. But I got Larry Bird." That's what he said, right?
Something like that.
But I think so far this season they've listened. Nobody liked the mode reward. We have to play every game mode, so now he's got to play one. Is Michael Red as good as Shea when he came out? Nah.
Not at all.
But you know, nobody was like, not nobody. The Carlos of the world were doing it within the first week. But it's a grind. The normal people, a normal person can play 100 triple threat offline games to get Michael Red.
I'll get Red. I did not get Shea. I did not get KG. I did not get Roy, but I will get Red. So I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly. So I like the way they did that. Larry Bird, I'm still not gonna get Larry Bird, but they dropped it down a little bit. And like,
If I get Larry Bird, it's gonna be a complete accident. I'm not like striving to get Larry Bird, but if I find it, like we were playing co-op last night, I think it's 400 wins in co-op. If we're playing co-op and it's just what's fun at the time and it happens, great. But I'm not going for Larry Bird because there's nothing crazy about him. But I mean, I'm gonna sound like a broken record player here because I say it, I feel like every podcast. They're giving us something to do, I feel like, and that's all I've been asking for.
yeah, in reality, that's most of the community. That's all we need.
Just give us something to do because, I mean, if you're not playing, so if you play triple threat offline, this is just an added bonus. But if you're bored and you're like, there's nothing to do, I completed the game mode of my choice. Now there's another player to go grind for. It might not be everyone's cup of tea. I have no desire to get Rajon Rondo myself, but it's something to do. I think as long as there's always something to do, then the game's going in a positive direction.
That is exactly what I agree with that. As long as there's something to do. My whole thing with my team content, and I've said in a lot of videos, is not all content is going to be for everybody. Like, there's plenty of content that just isn't for me. Heck, the T-Mac just isn't for me. I was never going to grind for him. But there should be something for everybody, and all content should be for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 2K are doing a better job of that, because every bit of content they release seems to at least have a purpose. And it does seem like no matter what type of a player you are, there's something for you to do in Season 4.
Yep, definitely. And I think gaming isn't what it used to be. Like, you know, when you were growing up, you could load up 2K and just play with your friends, right? There was no content. There was no my team. There was no, you just played the game to play the game. It's not that anymore. Now we need a reason to play, and they're finally doing that. I feel like, no matter what your mode is, you want to grind for Thorough, you want to grind for Rondo, you want to grind for T-Mac, the new DeMar DeRozan, the Gauntlet with Roy Hibbert. You know, there's something for just about every game mode except Clutch Time, which is probably gonna be coming next week.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, once we get the new Pink Diamond every week, we don't need to worry about saying there's nothing to do in Clutch Time because they're not going anywhere. Like, Thurl is going to be replaced with a new unlimited reward. Rondo will be replaced by a new reward. Whoever the new other rewards are of the game modes are there until they're replaced by another mode.
Yep.
Another reward. So there's never going to be a stage where there's not a mode reward. And
the cards, as good as they are, I didn't think about it this way until I saw your video about the Paul George situation. The people say the pacing is moving very slow, but these cards are getting replaced super fast. Like,
they're getting replaced, but at the same time, you don't have to replace them. Like, if you still want to use Shea Gilgeous-Alexander point guard, you can.
Yeah, definitely. Because
like, is Penny better? Yeah, but who cares?
What about Magic? Magic's way better, right?
Please tell me you're joking. Please tell me you're joking. Like I've literally made a top 10 point guard list and like for a video recording later, and Magic's not on it.
They took away the only good thing Magic had was that behind the back last year, and that's it.
Yeah, man can't run.
Hey,
He still can't run. That's
just
crazy.
post hook people to death, you know? Just get cheesy.
But even that, like you saw, Josh, we were playing co-op last night. You stopped. Who was it? It was a center. Was it
I
like
got a
Karl
paint stop with
Malone?
Steph Curry or something.
Yeah, you got
so.
a paint stop on Karl Malone with Steph Curry. You're not gonna be able to post it with Magic. It's out.
So mashing is the most overrated thing in my team right now. If you want to drop step with Magic or post spin or something, you can cheese a Magic and TT online. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's so hard to cheese within. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Moving forward a little bit, rewind is a permanent staple now. They did it last season. They're bringing it back this season. Now, safe to assume it's gonna be brought back every season. The only person I've seen, I'm not gonna say that's okay, but that likes this format was Decentric. The way he said it was, I don't care if I have to pay for the cards. I just want the cards.
I can see that,
but then I see everybody else saying in years past all these cards were free. Me personally, I couldn't care less either way. Excuse me. But I do like that those cards you do get the equal chance packs all the way up to like diamond, which is nice. But how do you guys feel about having to pay for the moments cards?
I don't like the fact that equal chance packs end a diamond.
me either.
Like the cards, I don't think Embiid or Desmond Bain are good enough that they shouldn't be free. One of them shouldn't be free. In other years, as people said, it would have been free. And like, I get 2K not wanting to give them all for free. I don't agree with it, but I kind of understand it. But I don't understand why a diamond at the start of season 3 was probably worth more. It was harder to get a diamond at the start of season 3 than a pink diamond now, but yet now they're gatekeeping pink diamonds for some reason. I don't get it.
But it's weird because on the opposite end, they're flooding the market with pink diamonds.
Yeah, like,
Because pink diamonds are expensive, and they want you to spend the money.
but diamonds were 245k last time as well.
I don't even know how much pink diamonds go for since we do this.
But the only reason we got the
series.
Gobert for free was because freaking the glitch, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason we got those ones for free.
Yep.
I think, it could be. I don't really care that much that you have to pay for them. I think they just needed to do something like this. We need moments cards. We need this to somewhat correlate with the actual NBA. And there's a lot of names in here that, if you're not keeping up with these teams, you weren't familiar with that they're putting you onto. And that's, I think, a really good concept because I love basketball. We're playing a basketball game. I like that they are somewhat connected. I think there's definitely a lot of cards that should have gotten something that didn't get something. But I miss the, get a moments card when it happens. Because half of these cards, I'm like, oh, I forgot they had a good game. The players I did know of. Like, I wish they did something more as it's happening, like maybe a weekly thing where it's not a full, 15 card set. If they did like 5 cards a week, and then if you collect all of them at the end of the month, you get I don't know.
That is the exact moments of the week concept that has been pitched by the DBG channel. When they made Moments of the Month in 2K20, that was the exact reasoning I said Moments of the Month was bad. Was that, because if you don't, in 2K22, they would get the wrong games half the time. Like, someone would have a good game in one month, and they'd forget to give them Moments of the Month, and they just gave them one for the next month, and they would put, a date on the card where they may not have even had a game.
That's crazy.
So they really just didn't care. It was such a lack of care. But, my whole thing was, it should be moments of the week so that we remember the games and we can be hyped for it. And then they just got rid of it. And last year, if you played 2K23, there was a huge issue where it wasn't even that there wasn't moments of the week. It was unless you had a good game on a Sunday, you weren't getting a moments card because they only released moments on a Monday, and it was only for who played well on the Sunday. So if you had a good game on a Thursday, you weren't getting a moments card. If you dropped 60 on a Thursday, nah. You weren't getting it. But if you drop 40 on a Sunday, you might get a moments card.
I really wish they did more in tune stuff with the actual NBA. Like, I know Wemby's a big pack seller. He had his first triple double in the last couple of weeks. Something for him, don't give. Obviously, you're not going to give a pink diamond, but like a challenge where you recreate a stat line and you get like a 23-24 pack, something like that. Give us challenges where like moments worthy things happened. We're not going to give you a card, but here's the challenge: you can get a pack for the cards that we did release.
Or even if they give us like a pretty low tier Wemby, like a sapphire or an emerald Wemby. It's not going to be the best, but like I didn't think we were going to get another Kobe till Opals and Dark Matters, and that's what made me so mad that the Kobe set was so expensive. And then boom, they give us this really good Amethyst Kobe. So who knows? Maybe they do have somewhat of a heart. Maybe they'll give us some of these big name pack players with lower tiers. We'll see how that goes.
They need to do that because I genuinely think that like I've looked at the dynamic. I've been playing this game quite a bit, and even just views wise and looking at who I come up against, the most used duo is Kobe and Shaq that I come up against, or LeBron and Wade. Mm-hmm. So people are using those duos because they want to use the big names and they're cheap.
Yep. And even without the duo, that Kobe card's really good.
Bird Amethyst is pretty good, yeah.
I know Cabrillo's fucking rolling over right now because he put all those Hall of Fame badges on the Ruby Kobe.
Ruby Kobe.
Hey, he's probably so cheap on salary cap. That's the only reason he did it. So He's still running that Ruby Kobe to this day.
All right, so the last thing in season 4 that we just touched on a little bit, the dynamic duos packs. I like the concept a ton because I've always been one to say that 2K should make packs that have a theme and have a reason. Like I really like the rewritten theme, whether you like the cards or not. I like that there was players that there was a reason they were in this specific set. So I like the dynamic duos set also, whether you like the players or not. I just want them to continue to go in that direction with the packs, as opposed to just like Inferno, here's 10 cards that don't really matter. That's just my opinion on that.
I like
do you not think that like Splash Zone is there for a reason? Like Inferno. Do you not think of like when you think of Brandon Jennings, do you not think of a massive fiery Inferno?
That's actually the first thing that comes to my mind.
Hey, he did have 50 his rookie year, so maybe.
Didn't he get dunked on like 7 times that year too?
No, that was Brandon Knight.
Oh, oops.
Wrong Brandon.
Yeah, just throwing unnecessary shade at Brandon Knight. My bad.
But I mean, I don't know. I like what you're saying with have a meaning to the sets, but I don't think they're gonna start doing that. I think that's gonna happen maybe once a blue moon.
Set. Yeah, it can't be every set because there's not that many ideas. But I just like to see it from time to time.
It used to be every set.
It used to be, yeah.
Back in the day. But like even in season 1 they did it quite a lot. Like if you look at say season 1, other than Legendary Path, I'm gonna see if I can just get the promos up. Same face, new place, summer standouts. Well, that was just that, I guess. Yeah. And then perfect build, sharpshooting, attacking, defense. So they started off by doing it.
Yeah. So I just like that concept for sure. What were you gonna say, Josh?
I think they probably do it once or twice a season. I mean, I think it's a cool concept. I just wish, I don't think they're going to do it more. I don't know. For as big of a company as they are, they're not that creative. Like, and I think T-Mac's been in an Inferno set like 4 years in a row or something.
Nah, I think the Inferno set was 3 years ago, 2K21.
Because it was Giannis last year, right?
No, there was no Inferno set last year. It was the Fire set.
Oh, Fire and Ice, yeah.
So different. Inferno, Fire. It's like so different as sets. Come on.
Like they have to have more creativity than that. I mean, I don't know them, but I'm assuming these are very smart people. You can't keep putting the same sets essentially with the same cards at the same time every year and expect
so many years. Like there is an infinite amount of ideas, but it must get harder and harder every year. Like, how many times are you gonna see Flight School or Splash Zone?
Yeah.
Like,
I understand it's difficult, but sometimes it doesn't look like they're trying. That's what,
I
No,
think
like-
more often than not.
like, if you're gonna give us the exact same name and then some of the exact same players in a set, that's when I'm like, all right, I've seen this before.
I mean, EA do it with FIFA a lot. Like, every single year, it's like Team of the Years at the same time. They'll do Rule Breakers at the same time. Then they'll do, trying to think, sets off the top of my head. They have like Fire and Ice. They have all of these different things that they do at the same time almost every year. So it's like New Year's resolution, I have a feeling, is going to be the set on New Year's every year from now on, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind stuff like that. I don't like when it's Inferno or Splash Zone, but it has no meaning.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't mind if every year on All-Star Weekend it's All-Stars.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind if they released, when the All-NBA teams came out, All-NBA teams or award winners.
Yeah, I feel like just randomly selecting is probably what's the most frustrating. It's like, all right, you're gonna give us Inferno with players that it doesn't really have anything to do with it, and then you're gonna give us Fire, doesn't have players that really have anything to do with it, but we'll have a little bit of overlap from Inferno, and then we're gonna go back to Inferno, and it's like, I don't know, I see in other games it can be seen as tradition, but here it's like it's a half tradition, half
Lazy.
yeah.
Do you remember last year, the day we got Fire packs, the other packs were called Fire and Ice?
Yeah, it was Fire and then Fire and Ice right after each
And
other.
then-
Yep.
And no, they were on the same day.
Oh shit.
And then the next week
then
were ice packs. So the first three packs of Season 3 in 2K21 were Fire, Fire and Ice, and Ice.
And then, like with Ice, a perfect opportunity to make a D'Angelo Russell card. Or
They did that was Ice
LaMelo.
Trade. Wasn't it Ice Trade season?
yep.
It was the season, yeah, but it was
Yes.
LaMelo
Yeah,
Ball was in that.
So at least it fit the season theme, I guess.
Actually, T-Mac was in Ice last year, wasn't he?
I
So
believe
he's been in
Yeah, I
so
think
he's
so.
been in Inferno and Ice.
Yeah.
Can't
He's
make
hot
up
and
his
cold.
damn mind.
Yeah, he's hot and cold.
All right, so overall, season 4 so far, what do you predict is going to be your grade for it? If you had to guess right now.
Hey?
Hey,
I like that. I like that. I think you're pretty spot on with that. As long as everything that they say they're gonna do, they actually end up doing, I think this is gonna be one of the better seasons we've had. Dating back through last year, I think it could be the best season we've had since 2K22. As long as
Season 7 last year.
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. After I got banned last year, I kind of checked out. So season 7 last year, I know was great. I didn't partake. I didn't want anything to do with 2K after that.
Yeah, they kind of lost me too. I'm not going to lie. But
Because
so
if I'd have known I was gonna get banned, I would have spent.
Hey,
So-
at least you guys didn't get banned on a no money spent account.
they
That's
just hated
fair.
you.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Like, at the time, I reckon I'd bought around 20 million MT on Xbox. My Xbox account somehow was fine. My PlayStation account, where I didn't even play the game, got banned.
It was personal.
There was an account on my logged in on my PlayStation that did not have a My Team booted up, and it got banned for purchasing MT points in My Team. Like, when it got unbanned, I clicked into My Team and the trailer started playing. And I was
And then
banned for purchasing.
right when the trailer ended, you got
Yeah.
that red circle.
I got the red circle. Heck, I mean, like, to be fair, I got banned last year. I speedran getting banned this year.
Oh, I know. I was in the middle of watching that video before we started.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 18 seconds.
That's impressive.
It is impressive.
It's easy to get banned this year. This
Super
is
easy.
crazy to say. I've never been banned this year. I don't know how. I play a lot of online. I've never been
Me
banned
personally, I quit a lot, so that should tell you about me.
I don't quit because I'm scared to get banned.
But before we get into the bans, my grade, it can be an A+ if they do a nice all-star promo. Even doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Copy and paste what you did for Christmas or what you did for Thanksgiving. But even without that, the little, the little food items,
it's not gonna be that, by the way. It's all agenda based. It's not gonna be packs.
But that's cool.
It's not gonna be packs in exchange.
As long as we get something decent, it's gonna be an A+ for me. But even if they just completely half-ass the all-star promo, if they just do what they said they're gonna do, it's still gonna be an A for me.
Now, I don't know if you guys have, I'm positive you have, but I've been looking at Twitter. You saw Jazz is basically his petition.
Wait, who's Jazz?
Oh, yeah. His petition for them to remove the bans. And that caught a lot more traction than I thought it would. I knew it was big, but it had a shit ton of people interacting with it. And then that made me realize I knew the bans were a problem, but I didn't realize how many people were dealing with this all the time. Because like I said, I haven't been banned yet. I know it's a problem that they need to take care of, but I haven't experienced it yet. But to see that many people who have to deal with that on the day-to-day basis, it's crazy that it's still in the game this deep into the year.
I can't believe, sorry, go
ahead. No, you go.
I genuinely am in like a position when it comes to the ban stuff, is that we knew it was a problem in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's getting banned all the time. We're like, this is an absolute joke. It's a joke that this is in the game. It's discouraging people from playing the mode. And it's clear that the devs don't see it that way, because I don't know why. But for me, I think we're now in a position where I'm glad Jazz is the person that's leading the crusade, because he can actually maybe try to get things changed. I don't even know if they care if the devs are going to listen to anybody complaining about their game, because I don't think any complaints have fallen on deaf ears, which is why I'm setting the speedrun challenge. I want to take the piss out of it. I think laughing and joking about the game, about the like completely brain dead decisions made at times by the devs, like some specific decisions are just idiotic. I think laughing and joking about them and memeing about them is the best way we have of getting changed, because I don't know, I think they almost feel like it feels like when we complain to the devs, they just want to give us the finger. But I think when we just make fun of them and joke about their decisions, they might actually think, okay, let's change things.
And I don't think anything's changing this year. As much as I'd like it to, it's not going to. I retweeted. I did like and retweet, but like you said, I just don't think they really care. I think the biggest issue with this is it's a stupid concept as a whole, the whole banning thing when you quit. But literally yesterday, I beat 2 people in a row that made them quit, and I got banned. This is so flawed of a system.
Had you quit before that?
Yesterday, no.
Okay. Sometimes legitimately what happens is, like, if you don't get banned on a quit, if you quit and you don't get banned, if somebody quits on you during like the time frame where if you quit a second time you get banned, you're gonna get banned.
Yeah, no, I quit more than anybody I know, but yesterday, not at all. It was like two of my first like 3 or 4 games I played.
That's so crazy to me, man. How does this not get fixed? I mean, obviously they don't care.
They don't care.
But like, how do you get banned for making somebody quit? That just doesn't make sense. That's such a.
And they're like, hey, enjoy your hour ban, go spend time with your family, but I'll still see you on Friday, right?
Did you play 2K18 at all?
Yeah.
I played mostly Park on 2K18.
In my team, there was a glitch, and basically, they put it. This lasted a month, where if you committed 6 user fouls, you lost the game automatically. So, like, if you press square and you committed 6 fouls, or press triangle 6 times and you did it on user, you lost the game. You fouled out of the game, you lost.
That's crazy.
So, but if your CPU hacked somebody, it didn't count as foul.
I'd off-ball the whole game.
So you had to off-ball.
Yeah,
if you,
pretty much.
if you
That's what it sounds
on-balled,
like.
if you on-balled in that game for a month, you were guaranteed to lose every single game you played. Because guys would just run through your body and look for fouls if you were on-balling. They would attack the player on-balling, look for a foul, because they knew they got 6 of them. Because I don't know how it happened, but that lasted a month.
And they were proud of themselves too. Like a win's a win.
Yeah, like, but if something as, like, whatever about the bans, what the 2K18 thing was 10 times more broken. If that lasted a month, I can see this lasting multiple years.
Multiple years. That's
oh my god. Don't
that's
tell
not
me
what
that.
you want to hear. It's not what you want to
I
hear at
think
all.
It was, I don't know, like, it's hard to really tell what's going on, because there was a time when the devs were like active on social media. We could see the logic behind a lot of their decisions. They've gone into hiding, which, to be fair, justified because of the amount of abuse they're getting to go on social media. Like, I wouldn't want to, like, nobody deserves to get abused for doing what they think, like, what is their job. Like, we can question the decisions they make, but, like, no one deserves that the abuse that they get. But it's like, I can't even see the logic behind some of the decisions that's been made with that. And I don't even think that these decisions are made by the My Team devs to quit for ban. I think that could very well be a gameplay thing.
That's
gameplay
probably,
devs
yeah. I think
decision.
that's take 2. I feel like.
Yeah, it could definitely go pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, take two don't really have much of a say though. It's visual concepts that make the game.
That's what I meant. Yeah, visual concepts.
Yeah, because Jazz was breaking it down to us a little bit about that. How it's like separated, that people don't really know about that. That there's like
2K is just a publisher.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this secret draft. So as I told you, me and Josh know the subject. You do not. Your goal is to try and draft a team that kind of relates to the subject, but by the end, we want you to be able to know what the subject is.
Okay.
And you can guess after each round if you have an idea.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen. So if you're watching this and want to play along, close your eyes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're good to go. Josh, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get the first pick.
All right, at first pick, I'm going shooting guard. I'm going Pink Diamond T-Mac.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Pink Diamond Karl Malone at my power forward.
I'm gonna go Diamond LeBron James as a small forward.
Okay.
Now, point guard, I'm going Pink Diamond
Can I
Derrick Rose.
guess?
You can guess if you want.
Is it a bunch of frauds?
No.
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 Oh no, because I was like Karl Malone. Ugh, he's okay in game, but I was like, yeah, T-Mac. And you picking Rose?
Yeah,
Frauds looked great.
Pink Diamond Derrick Rose.
So I'm gonna go at my 2, Diamond Ray Allen.
At the 1, Pink Diamond Magic.
Yeah.
These cards all suck. Is that the list?
Nah, that's not the
No.
list.
No. All right, at my 3, I'm going Diamond Kawhi.
Oh, okay. Now, okay. So my point guard, I'm gonna go with Pink Diamond Gary Payton.
So you got Gary Payton, Karl Malone, and
I got Gary Payton, Karl Malone, and Ray Allen. That's my list.
And I got T-Mac, Kawhi, and Derrick Rose.
Is the topic related to 2K?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go small forward, or I have small forward. I'm gonna go shooting guard John Havlicek.
Okay.
And my guess is goats from previous 2Ks.
No, but I like
No.
where you're going with it. I like it. Now, this one I think is going to throw everybody off. My power forward, I'm going Amethyst Danny Ferry.
You mean
Okay.
like you mean I'm wrong?
Hey,
You mean I'm wrong?
Yeah, that threw me off.
you're wrong, but you're not far off, but you're wrong.
So I got a point guard, the shooting guard, and the center. Okay, so at my 4, I'm gonna go ahead and take.
Yeah.
What's his best card?
You already have a power forward.
Oh, so I need a 5. Okay.
Yeah, you have Karl Malone.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with Dennis Rodman, Amethyst at my 5.
That was Rodman Amethyst at your 5.
I don't think he plays 5, but I'm not gonna hold you. I don't care. I
There-
think he's a.
there's
Is he a
one.
power forward?
I looked
he?
up. There's a 90 overall. power forward
Oh yeah,
center.
yeah. Okay, the like starter promo one.
I'm gonna go center. Give me Bill Russell. Amethyst.
Okay, you want to guess?
Elite free cards from years past.
No.
Most
But we're
teams, I went even free.
We're sticking to that theme though. I'm gonna go at my center, Diamond D Rob.
Are you just trying to troll me? You've answered what the things that I've said. You've answered a card that could have been in the topic of what I said.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I did some research for this one, and your guesses are perfect for what I'm trying to do over here.
Oh, I'm struggling to find my 3. I should have been more prepared for this. Okay, oh man, this is tough. Okay, I'm gonna take at my 3 Amethyst Michael Beasley.
Okay.
It's Michael Beasley. I'm stumped here.
This is probably the most difficult one we've done
Yeah, this is tough.
to date.
So is the topic related to just this year's 2K, or is it
Yeah,
my
this
team
is
in
just
general?
this year.
Yep.
Oh my god. Dennis Rodman center. I don't know. Screw it. Shooting guard. The best shooting guard in the game, Ruby Julian Strawder. I'm lost.
All right.
Alright.
Now,
They could be in dynamic duos. I don't know.
Yeah,
you
You're
just throwing a
close.
guess out there. All right, you want me to tell you what it is now?
Yeah.
It was every single player we named played with one of the dynamic duos that came out in this set.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Every single one.
You're right.
I'm not gonna lie, T-Mac threw me off. When you said T-Mac, I forgot
like
he played
I-
for this.
I'm
I
not
forgot
gonna
he played
lie,
for the
Oh,
Spurs.
come on. Tracy McGrady for the 2013 San Antonio Spurs. Even if I was going on that logic, come on now.
Oh, same with Danny Ferry. I think Danny Ferry didn't even play whatever, but he played with Tim and Tony in San Antonio.
That's crazy.
Oh my god. There's no way I could have got that.
I know. That one was tough. That's why I said this is
we've
easily the
came
hardest
a
one we've
long
done.
way. The first one we did was short players. We've came a long way.
What if you'd said like Robert Ory, Bruce Bowen, I might have got it.
No,
Yeah,
I was actually gonna do Derek Fisher and Robert Oria. That's gonna be way too obvious.
I was gonna do Diamond Chris Bosh, but I was like, can't make it too easy. But I think throwing Gary Payton and Karl Malone in there definitely would have thrown him off because they were actually in the set.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not for the Lakers.
Yeah, I know. That one, yep, there's our secret draft. That one, I'm not gonna lie. If you would have got that, I would have thought there was some sort of
I would have
was a little
proclaimed
bit-
you the GOAT.
Yeah, there was. I don't think anybody was.
Oh,
getting
you
that
you
one.
threw me off completely when I asked, was it about 2K or basketball? And you were like 2K. So I had gotten all real NBA things out of my head.
It was real NBA and 2K because it was about the packs that we just got. So I mean, I guess I could have said both.
I still wouldn't have got it, but I would have been on the
It'll give you a
more
better
on the
shot.
right track.
That one was tricky. I'm not gonna lie. I thought, I was gonna go Greg Oden at center, but I was like, I'm gonna go Diamond D-Rob since he said the elite free cards.
So you were trolling. That's fucked up.
Yes, yeah, you usually do the trolling, but I was like, it's my turn to do it for once.
The worst was when
Alright.
I was like, goats of 2K past, and you were like, no, Danny
Ferry.
Like,
Look, my trolling there was up. It was S tier. You can't lie.
That was just good timing. That just landed that way. You didn't even mean to do that.
No, I did. Because what I do when we do these drafts, I pick 3 players. That way, my player doesn't get taken.
And,
So
and
I-
I will say, Josh, you've grown in this also. When we did the shortest player draft, I started with like Ben Wallace, at center.
Yeah, I
Someone
went
who's short
Muggsy
for his
Bogues
position. This fool picked Muggsy Bogues as
first
his
round.
point guard. So, Josh, you got a lot better at this. I'll give you that.
I gotta find a middle ground because now it's like I was on Basketball Reference looking for this. So I gotta find a middle ground where it's not impossible, but I'm not giving it away in the first round. So I'll figure it out.
All right, so
Anything else you wanted to touch on as far
as 2K, no, I think we're set. But go ahead and intro us into it. If you don't mind, DBG, we did want to talk a little bit about your content creation journey a bit. We don't got to
Yeah,
go
no
too
problem.
deep. But
Yeah, no
Josh,
problem.
you want to lead us off with that?
Yeah, so I've been watching you for a few years now, and I know last year you talked about possibly stepping away, and I want to know what ultimately made you come back to this 2K and if you regret making that decision or not.
I need to pay bills, and I don't have any other job.
That's
About that.
hey, that's very understandable.
That's the only
Very-
reason I'm at my job.
Yeah, I do too many things on the side, right? I put myself into a situation where I'm doing too many things outside of YouTube
Mhm.
that searching for another job just isn't going to be feasible.
Mhm.
And also, I'm still making more than I would as a teacher, which is the only thing I'm qualified to do. So, yeah.
So are you a one-man team? Do you have an editor? Do you have, because you pull clips from your stream, you post relatively, I guess you said you don't have a job outside of content, so you post
But
like
still,
when the
content's up.
cards come out, you post clips from your stream. I feel like you got a well-oiled machine going, and that's tough to do by yourself, I feel like.
I mean, hitting that record button, playing some background music on my computer, hitting that record button, hitting that end record button, uploading the file and using thumbnail templates it's a lot less difficult than people think.
And I was watching, like, I watched like back to back of your videos the other day with the dynamic duos cards, with like the player, what's the word for it, like the reviews, either the Scotty, the Michael Jordan, and I realized, like, you play like the songs, you keep them in the same order.
I hit play on a playlist, man. I hit play on a playlist.
I didn't realize, so I watched like 5 back to back videos. I was like, okay, now I can hum these songs from start to end of your video.
Hey, that's consistency. I like it. I do the same thing with my music. I have like 6 songs that literally when I get through the 6th song, I start the first song over. So
Yeah,
So-
but when's this coming out? Actually, this podcast.
Actually, tomorrow.
So by the time it comes out, I may or may not have another video on the actual DBG channel. I'm really liking making videos for the DBG channel, but they're taking a lot of time right now.
okay.
Like, I'm releasing 35-minute videos on the regular on that channel now,
Yeah.
and like they do take a long time to make.
Yeah. I didn't realize how long content creation took until I started editing videos and stuff. And actually sitting down and editing a video having a full-time job and doing this, it is tough. It is tough.
I'm doing it on the side of, like, I coach probably between going to and from training. I've already coached basketball 15 hours a week, or 10, 15 hours a week. If we have an away game, it'll take up 20 hours of a week, including travel. I'm currently studying a master's. I try to play ball and trying to get back in shape myself after my injuries. It's not easy. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
It can be taxing for sure.
And how long have you been doing it for? Because I've only really gotten to the community, like the actual YouTube community, in like last year's game. But I know you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, like I've been doing it. I've been making videos since 2015, since I was 18. And now I'm like, as you can see right here, I'm like 36 years old. So like it's been a solid 18 years.
That's what it feels like.
I mean, I've aged badly. Like I've been going gray. Like you can't see it on video, but I have a lot of gray hair on the side of my head. Like I've been starting to go gray since I was like 24.
Me too.
Like it took my dad till he was like in his 50s to start going gray. I started going gray in my mid 20s. From this. So, but yeah, like before the pandemic, like when I was still in college, I was on teaching placement. So there was a 3-month spell in 2K20 where I was up at 7 a.m. to get to school for 8, would get home at 5 from teaching, and then would work from 6 to 3 a.m. on YouTube every single day. So I would sleep from like, by the time I was able to sleep, it was 4 a.m. So I slept from 4 to 7 every day. And then once schools and everything got shut down and like the pandemic happened, I literally was like, would wake up at like 11 a.m. would go downstairs to my office at my parents' house, would then work from 11 a.m. to 3 or 11, maybe 12 to 3 or 4 a.m. with obviously maybe an hour break in between, an hour for lunch, and I did that every single day for 3 years, pretty much.
And during the pandemic, was that when obviously you were able to put in full-time hours, but is that when you were able to make, a full-time income starting the pandemic?
I've been making a full-time income since I was 20. It's been my full-time job since early enough in 2017. And like I took the 17, 18 year, I deferred it from college and just did YouTube full time for a year, and it probably didn't go as well as I expected because 2K18 sucked. So I went back and finished my degree, and then 2K22 was really good. I don't know, but I just was kind of getting burnt out, so I decided to go back and do a master's. But I'm just gonna keep making videos for as long as I can. Like, there's no point trying to branch out anytime, because I'm like, I probably run my team into the ground and retire on a low. I always wanted to retire when I was on top, but nah, I'm gonna fade into irrelevancy and then retire.
Word to Peyton Manning. I don't know how much you follow American football, but that's literally what he did.
It's tough to go out on top because I feel like going out on top, you feel like you have more to give, and you have to really be like mentally done to go out on top, or just very disciplined, because I want to keep going.
I've been very close to being mentally done so many times.
Yeah.
Like, it is one of the hardest things to keep making videos in a game where, like, the one thing is that I am accepting is that this game is not going to be good it'll be good for 2 weeks when the game comes out. From probably late September to early December, this game is not going to be good, and I just have to accept that.
Yeah.
I think as a community, we just have to accept that, because like, we're in a better spot now. We were in a better spot around Christmas in December, and I'm just looking at the trends every year. Is we all hate the game for those six or 7 weeks between the middle of September and start of December. So I think we just have to, or sorry, not 6, 7, like 10 or so weeks. We have to just accept, the game's gonna suck for that period.
I never really followed the trends like that because I never did content, but being able to look at that, at least you have an idea of what to expect. I mean, obviously it's going to change game to game, but for the most part, there's almost a trend. And so I'm assuming summer, when all the dark matters are out, that's when it's probably the most popping for you then, right?
Without question, yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought, but it's like, I don't know too much about the YouTube analytics because I haven't been doing it very long. But that's when I feel like that's when there's the most hype around the game. The game's on sale, all the best cards are out, everybody's like getting into my team, I feel like, because 99, pretty much every player in the history of the game at that point.
Yeah, like I was averaging nearly 10 million views a month in the summer of 2020.
Shit.
Like, if you get 10 million views a year on my, like 10 million views a year will make you a decent living. That's what I was pulling in a month at my peak. So it's like, mentally it is hard to go from 10 million to, no matter how much work I put in, scraping 1 million, but I've accepted the relevance of the Mick Curley, and DBG is gone. So now it's just make what I can of YouTube and yeah, eventually go out on the bottom.
Hey, I think you got some
Ride the
time
plane
left.
all the way to the ground. I ain't mad at you.
You still got time in this game, I feel it.
Not too long. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do. Maybe I'll just keep chipping away. I genuinely don't think, until I make less money than I would as a teacher, I think I might just keep doing it.
And I mean,
That's when I stop.
they have a tendency to fuck things up, and your rant videos always go viral, pretty much. So, I mean, you know, we can always bank on that because the rant videos are the best. Everybody loves the good old rants.
People don't realize I make way more money off positive. Make way more money. I get way more views about positive things in my team than I do about negative. It's just when 2K give us, I get more views with negative videos than not making a video. When 2K give us nothing, I have to go negative.
Yeah,
It's easier to on a whim rant about something than hype up nothing.
that's true. 100% true.
All right, Josh, was there anything else you want to touch on before I give my last little monologue, if you want to?
I just want to thank you for coming on here. And I just want to say that, you know, I'm a big fan of yours. I've been watching you since 2020. You showing up on the Our Team podcast is what introduced me to this whole other side of 2K My Team community, because I wasn't on social media. The only way I kept up was through YouTube. So you showed me Jazz and Mojo and all those guys, and then it grew from there. So, you know,
I'll apologize for that. I'm sorry.
Hey, you
I
know,
subjected you to all that. I subjected you to all that jazz. Have you heard We Walk? Have you heard his songs?
no, but I
Go listen to Mannequin.
I did hear one of his songs.
That's peak
and
jazz.
I kind of trolled him a little bit because I dubbed over the music video with that. There's a song he plays sometimes. It's like, I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. And I dubbed it over his video and I added him. I thought it was relatively funny. But
I'll let you go on your part now.
All
That's
right.
fine.
So I want to thank you for two things. One of them, you probably don't even remember this, and you probably didn't think anything of it. You completely shat on me last year, but I needed it. Okay, I think
I've called out everybody for everything. Like,
but this was like, so I think I told this on Jazz's episode too. It was during when they dropped the cards, like the two first black players in NBA history, and you know there was a
Pioneers
third,
or something.
the Pioneers, right? Is that what it was called?
Oh,
And-
please wait. Please tell me this isn't going somewhere bad for me.
No.
Okay.
So I just like you like made a tweet saying like, you know, props to 2K, they're actually dropping some players that like have historical relevance, you know, something along those lines. And I said it'd be dope if they made like a little mini documentary for each player, like a little 2-minute documentary explaining who these guys are, you know, It'd be good for the community. And you responded, why don't you do it?
There's very much context to that. That is literally like me just saying, as a content creator, make the video.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how I took it. That's exactly
okay.
And no, that's exactly how I took it. Okay. And I just thought like, but at first I was like, fuck. Like he just owned me. But then I thought about it, I was like, what is stopping me from doing this? You know, 2K did something good. There's a opportunity to improve on that, and as a small content creator, why can't I do it? And that's exactly how I took it. That's why that was turning into a thank you. It opened up my range of, I don't gotta just post, you know, generic gameplay videos. There's more you can do, right? So that's the first thank you. 2, this is like you subtly caused me and Josh to do our My Team Wars series, because on the Jazz podcast he had mentioned that we were talking about how some of your takes, a lot of people think you're crazy for it, and Jazz said he truly believes these takes, but he just likes playing with the cards he enjoys playing with, right? And I was like, that's a good way to enjoy the game. And I was like, I'm gonna start a series called Playing the Game the DBG Way, right? But that's not what we end up doing. Me and Josh do a No Money Spent series where we play with the cards we enjoy playing with. So you know, subconsciously inspired us to make that series. So thank you for that also.
I definitely didn't. That's all you guys. That's all you guys. Playing the game to have fun should not be a DBG inspired thing. That should just be the general way of playing the game.
But it's not how people play games anymore, sadly.
Yeah, because this community is a toxic cesspit.
Yeah.
And Josh still gets super sweaty when we play, so he's still playing to win, which is crazy to me. I thought we were just having a good time, but
we were having a good time.
Have you guys not seen me hoop with Julian Straughter?
That card,
he's my favorite card in the game right now.
I was actually shooting around with him earlier. I was telling him it was pretty good. I thought it was his last name was Strawwater. I was like, what the hell is this guy's name? But
all right, Josh, you know what time it is though. It's your favorite. It's your favorite
yes.
thing to do.
Yeah, it's our begging segment. Now, every episode we ask our guests, who should we bring on next? And if that person is out of our reach, if you could help us get them on the podcast.
I'm not one for cold messaging people, because if you guys look at my Twitter DMs, I don't, other than Jazz, I do not speak to anybody.
Gotcha.
So who should you bring on next? Ooh, let me think. One, I'm trying to think what would be funny for me to watch. Oh no! Bring on number one troll.
That we've been kind of.
Bring
I know
on
exactly
what's his
what you're
name?
talking about.
No, what's his name on Twitter? I haven't blocked.
Oh, I thought that's not what I thought you were going with that.
No, the guy who literally
Cabrillo?
No. Oh, bring on Cabrillo. Yeah, bring on Cabrillo. It's not going to be.
I was thinking.
It's not going to be one. Bring on Cabrillo. Cabrillo might do it. I was like, this guy is like, Cabrillo is not number one troll. There are a lot worse than him, but yes, bring on Cabrillo.
I was gonna say he's up there in troll level. So
I've known Cabrillo since the NBA Live 18 days, before he even played my team.
Really?
Yeah.
Cabrillo said we get a Josh Giddey card this week or we riot. And then he gifted you 13 subs.
Cabrillo did. It wasn't Cabrillo, was it?
I thought it was. No.
It was the old head Danger Erickson.
Oh shit!
I did it.
All right, so we're gonna go and wrap it up. We're gonna reach out to Cabrillo, get him on. Is it Cabrillo or Cabrillo?
I think it's Cabrillo. He hasn't corrected me.
I've been saying it wrong this whole time. I've never talked to him personally. I've been saying it wrong in my head. But DBG, we appreciate you coming by. It means a lot for you, taking the time to come by. And your guest we've had on our radar since we started this. We both kind of, not to get sentimental, we both look up into your content and what you're doing, and we appreciate you.
Appreciate that, and thanks for having me on.
All right, as always, everybody that made it this far, y'all be safe. Peace.
Peace.